What did you do?
I did the new thing, and then I can't find the thing. Where's my thing?
Oh no!
I forgot our intro music.
Everyone panic.
Just everyone imagine it's like, it's really good. All right, whatever. Hey, everybody. Everybody, what's up? Welcome to Mates of Fate on Saturday night. How do I unmute this thing? Is it this? Sure. How about that? How about we just go with that? Hey, everybody, thanks for being here. How you doing? I'm good. Hopefully we're not muted right now. Are we? We're not. Okay.
I hope not.
I can't hear that. I can't hear that. I can hear that. Oh, that's too epic. Oh, that's epic as hell. Now I want to break things. Listen, hey. Thanks for being
I'm
here.
already dying. That's.
If
Okay,
you've never...
you're going to a better place.
Yeah, you brought a new character tonight, right? Anyway, listen, if you've never been here before, hi, welcome. Would you be so kind and hit the heart button, give us a follow, get notified when we go live once or twice a week. Everything's changing and up in the air. I don't know. Just come back every Saturday night until Phandelver's over. We're having a good time. It's not going to be tonight, though. We have...
Never is going to end.
Never. We have shit to do tonight. If you have been here before, you might know us from our 2 original homebrew campaigns. We play 2 D&D 5e campaigns. One is Songs of Creation, usually goes Thursday nights, even though we haven't played in a while. One goes Sunday nights. That used to be Artemon. We're going to play it again someday, but probably not until Phandelver's over. So sorry, Mike, for taking your Saturday night spot. You can have it over my dead body. In the meantime, let's say hi, everybody. Maybe Stone will join us tonight, maybe not. I hope so. It's okay. Marcel, would you be so kind? Tell us what's up. Tell us where we can find you on the internet.
So, guys, got a lot of things going on with the guild. We have a Patreon coming out soon.
Nice.
I'm going to make sure to be dropping some links in the Mates of Fate, our sister channel over there. So stay tuned. Thanks everyone for the support. Check out our TikTok, TTTomes Guild. Thanks.
Excellent. So glad to have you here. Jesse, hey baby, how you doing? What's up? Where can people find you on the internet?
Both TikTok and Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter, at Geoje.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, a little bit. I've been here and there. Otherwise, I'm usually just playing my home games with Marcel and some other friends, but yeah.
Absolutely thrilled to have you here.
Absolutely happy to be here.
You guys. Maeve the Brave. What up, girl? Hey. This is the only place we can find you on the internet, right? Because you live here now?
No. You know where else? I mean, maybe one day I'll be somewhere else, but no, I think I found a good home here at Mates of Fates.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm Maeve. I do art sometimes under Maeve Climber on Twitter. I haven't posted anything in a while. I really should, because I do draw things every so often. I guess, I mean, technically you can find me somewhere else. I play with Slices and Dices too, but you know.
Who?
I love them too. Yeah,
Slices and
I love
Dices,
them too. They're great.
They're fine, I guess.
But yeah, for the indeterminate future, you know, for the next year or so, as long as we're playing Phandelver, I'm here.
I will say, I think it's possible now that you have been on Mates of Fate more than the original Mates of Fate have on the stream this year. I think that's possible.
Heck yeah.
I think you've been on the stream more than everybody else except me as far as the original Mates of Fate, which means now you guys are the Mates of Fate and my original best friends are dead to me.
Oh no.
Except for Mike, because he actually showed up for my stream and that made me really happy. Thanks for being here, Mike. I love you. Okay. You can go to matesoffate.com if you want to get all our links to socials, Instagram. I'm fucking hilarious. I repost the very best content from across the internet that's related to tabletop RPGs. Twitter, we don't know how to use it. TikTok, we also don't know how to use it. Our young person is missing in action, so we don't have anyone to run it for us. If you are a young person or a savvy person who would like to volunteer, let me know. I do not understand the TikToks. You can get merch on matesoffate.com if you wanted to get a hoodie or a left-handed coffee mug. You don't have to. I'm not your mom. I'm going to tell you what to do. Thanks as always to Syrinscape for bringing us our awesome atmosphere sounds and combat music tonight. Combat, maybe not tonight. Who knows? You guys almost went a whole session without taking damage until the end. We'll get to that. Also, very special thanks to one of my favorite musicians, this great artist called Freshlysunlit. In one of our scenes tonight, I will be playing some of his music. He was very kind enough to give us express permission to use his music whenever we want. So you can check out Freshly Sunlit on Twitch. He has a YouTube. I will link him in the video description after we're done streaming tonight. But his stuff is so good. Like, if you ever just need to get yourself in a place where you feel calm, you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, like, check out his stuff. He's got I think he's got a Bandcamp, a SoundCloud. He's on Spotify. Very, very cool artist. Very nice person. Check it out. I'm saying this out loud to hold myself to it. We will be streaming the horror game that we got as the charity milestone, hopefully this week, because it's spooky month. It seems very appropriate to do it this month for spooky month.
We're going to do it this week?
No, not this week. This month.
Okay, you said this week.
Because I'm so scared, I'm saying the wrong thing.
That's okay.
I feel sweaty just thinking about it. I don't want to, but I'm saying it out loud because I'm a woman of my word, and I don't want to keep procrastinating. I will, because I don't want to do it, but I am.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I'll be there. It'll be fine. And Stone might be there too.
Or maybe not. As long as my Matt from my stream doesn't show up just to scare the shit out of me. But he will. Okay. Hey, if you see this right here, look at that. We are raising money for the Trevor Project. So if you want, you can follow this QR code in the corner. You can snap a picture of that if you would like to make a donation. You can buy our players healing potions. You can buy them random potions that do random effects. Or you can cause a wild magic surge to happen in our game in real time and just cause more chaos than we're already experiencing, which is already a lot. Trevor Project is an awesome organization. They've been around for more than 2 decades, providing suicide and crisis intervention services for LGBTQIA plus youth under the age of 25. Very near and dear to my heart. Chip in if you can. If not, no worries. But maybe tell somebody else that we're raising money for a really awesome cause. We're happy to have you. Okay. Are you guys ready to play D&D?
Yeah.
ready.
I'm ready.
Always.
Let's play D&D. Here we go. I can't hear anything in Discord because of how it's muted. So if Stone's like, hey, can I pop in? Can you let me know, please? Okay. This is going to be a fun one, you guys. When last we left our heroes. They had cleaned up house in Cragmaw Castle, defeated King Grawl, the leader of the Cragmaw tribe, defeated a changeling that had messed with their heads in a very offensive way, recovered their patron, the dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker, and almost as importantly, recovered his map to the legendary Wave Echo Cave. They've since left Cragmaw Castle, made their way deep into the Neverwinter woods in search of a banshee. They were asked by a woman in Phandelver for a favor. Find out from this banshee what was the location of the Wizard Bowgentle's spellbook. And they knew banshees are very sensitive. They are very, very strong, very powerful, very feral, not to be trifled with, and certainly never to be insulted or offended. Our heroes got the information they sought. Then they rifled through their things, broke a few pieces of their furniture, and then upon leaving, questioned whether or not they should burn the hut down. To the surprise of no one except the players themselves, the Banshee did not care for that and retaliated with severe aggression against our party's bard, Geoje.
I tried to stop them.
I'm sorry, this is the recap. You're not here. Okay.
Oh yeah, I should be dying.
Players, the last thing you recall... Oh, thanks for the sub, B-Way. Thanks for being here. The last thing you all recall is Geoje whispering to you, not as quietly as perhaps he intended to, should we just burn this place down? At which point a cold winter wind rushed through as a torrent through this forest, blasting Geoje back a good 20 feet, and then the Banshee reemerged with her shock white hair floating in a circumference all around her with fury, her milky white eyes glaring into Geoje's face, and all you heard was the wail before you dropped. Geoje, which brings us to now. Can everybody hear Syrinscape okay?
Yep.
Excellent. So Geoje.
Yes.
You feel fine.
Oh.
You open your eyes, you climb to your feet, and you are in the middle of this sun-dappled grove of old oak trees in a clearing. Bright, warm rays of light filtering in through the middle over this field of wildflowers, of just gold and purple at your feet. There's little motes of pollen in the air and gentle little insects flying around you, but nothing in your body hurts right now. Nothing at all. You feel fine. And as your eyes pull into focus and you take a look around at where you are, you see a teenage girl standing in the center of this clearing, her back to you. She has long midnight blue hair and a very clean braid hanging down past her waist, a silver cloak draped over one shoulder, and in the other arm she holds this short bow carved from maple wood. What do you do?
I run towards her. I run as fast as I possibly can. She get closer?
She does. When she hears you coming, she turns around and looks to you.
Am I dead?
You're early. Hello. What are you doing here?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Where do you think we are right now?
Instinct tells me I'm dead, and that's why I can see you. But
These oak trees are old, aren't they? So you
they
think
look like the forest back at home.
Yeah. So you think I'm dead too?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
She gestures.
Thinking a lot about you. A lot lately.
I think
You've
about
come
you
up a
every
lot.
day. I think about you every day. She gestures down to your feet, Geoje, and you see the tops of your boots are slowly running over with this thick black ichor, like rainbow-coated oil spreading out in all directions. It's coming up from the pores of the earth beneath you. The girl doesn't seem to notice, but you can feel it around your feet.
When I lift my leg up, does it go away?
No. It seems to be sticking to you a little bit. It's not sticky like tar, but it's sticking to your boots. It's strange, isn't it?
Where are we?
I was hoping you could tell me. It's spreading. I think the grass is disappearing.
Why?
Look around.
Do you know what's doing it?
There's too much wild magic getting through. If this goes on too long, this could be everywhere. I mean, this could overtake everything.
I look around. Do the trees look altered? Does anything look like not how it should look?
Make a perception check.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Where's my thing? Oh nope, wrong one. What a waste of a nat 20.
Is it? With a nat 20, Geoje, you notice a lot of things.
I pushed the wrong one. I rolled the wrong one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I rolled performance instead of perception. That's why I said what a waste. But my performances are always on point, even if it's not real. But my perception is an 11.
11. You notice that these look like oak trees, just like home, but you also seem to detect a magic aura, not just around them, but around the girl, around your hands, around everything. You also notice, it's easy to spot with an 11, this black ichor over your boots is now spreading and rising. You don't necessarily feel panicked about it. It doesn't look like it's going to overtake you, but you see that the wildflowers around you are beginning to fall under and disappear as this ooze rises.
I instinctually, because it looks like dirt on my boots, I'm gonna try to prestidigitate it off, see if it works.
You are able to form like a small barrier between your clothing and it, but it only lasts a moment before just this goo continues to rise around you. It's up to your knees silently now. And the very tallest of the wildflowers in this grove just succumbs and disappears under the surface. You notice it feels cold, like ice cold, around your legs.
I'm going to... I don't have anything, do I? Do I have any of my stuff?
You have nothing in your pockets.
What do I have on me? Just my clothes that I died in?
Just the, whatever you were wearing. Whatever's on your hands.
I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
I don't either. I kind of hope that you are going to do something to fix this.
I'll try. If this is... There's a lot of wild magic fuckery going on out on the real world, in the material plane. If that's... I can't be dead yet. I've got too much to do.
I hope not. Geoje, where does my wild magic come from?
You're asking the wrong person.
Where did our mother come from?
You're saying there's a leak? Is there like a rip? Like a tear?
It's getting through. And I don't just think it's the Feywild, it might be all the planes. They're breaking. And you can't fix it if you're here. Why were you so reckless?
I didn't even do anything. I asked a simple question in a whisper to my friends. And this is what happens. And I'm not reckless. I haven't done anything reckless in ages. This is the first thing reckless I've done is hire on to be a bard for these people.
Geoje, you haven't done anything in ages. anything. 60 years of moping? Really? That's not a life. What will you do differently if they get you back?
It's a loaded question.
Is it just going to be more of this? Just grumbling at every banshee you don't like and not playing it safe with your life and throwing it away?
I'm gonna continue writing my music and making people happy as best as I can. That's what I'm gonna do.
You make me happy. But you have never understood the value of your own life. And that doesn't give you the right to just throw it away on frivolities.
I miss you.
I miss you too. I'm right here.
It's not the same.
You want to believe I'm alive, right?
Yeah.
And you know, here, if you haven't found my body out there in the world, then I still exist. And that means you can find me and save me. You can't find me and save me if you're dead, Geoje.
You're right.
You have to
You're
live,
right.
okay? You have to live or we both die, okay?
Yeah.
So wake up. Wake up.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Tincture, what does he say when his eyes open?
He would see Tincture leaning over him, healing him with tears in her own eyes.
Did we win?
What do you mean win? The Banshee, I think she's gone, but I don't think we should stay here and find out.
Yes. Let's move while we can.
And I would have my sword drawn, and I'm kind of looking around like I just got stung by a wasp, but I don't know where it flew.
Geoje collects himself, wipes off any tears he has in his eyes, gets up, looks around, make sure there's no banshee first off.
While this has happened, and now that you all have had a moment to collect yourselves, as your attention has been focused solely on stabilizing Geoje for the moment, now that you have a chance to look around, you realize that chill in the air has gone. That light mist hovering on the ground has also cleared out for the time being. But you remember banshees are cursed to stay within a 5-mile radius of where they haunt, so she can only be so far. What would you like to do?
Scratch what I said. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh,
I think that's a really good idea.
I want to heal myself a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm also going to use my second wind.
how many hit points did you give Geoje? Because he was at 0.
I didn't. Let me roll for a healing.
Okay.
I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Go.
That's 15 points of healing for you.
15?
Yeah. Well, that goes both my second level spell slots, but, you know, important to do. And I'm gonna heal myself as well, just in case. For 5. Well,
Okay. Gundren Rockseeker also seemed to have succeeded on his save from that banshee whale, but he's looking a little rattled, is sticking close to you, Brutalitar, for the time being, and looking to you for guidance or leading the way, hopefully out of here.
I'm gonna start walking.
Okay. Back the way you came?
I'm going to start walking. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna kind of look back to Tank, and I'm gonna be like,
I think you're better with the wilderness. This is the way we came, is it not?
let me look. Just gonna look around, see if I recognize anything.
It's not that far out of the ruins of the old town of Conaberry, so I'm not going to make you roll a survival. It takes you a little while, especially through the dark. It is now well past midnight at this point, but you can find your way back to the ruins, and then when you hit that perimeter where you had your discussion about between yourselves of what to expect from a banshee, you do kind of feel, it's almost imperceptible at first, but you feel your spirits lift a little bit. Like that some of the tension in your neck and your shoulders leaves you as you get out of that 5-mile radius away from Agatha's lair. But you have the information now. You know you're about probably 2 days travel back to Phandelver at this point.
What's along the way as far as the road goes?
You know that it is probably a few hours hike back to the Tribor Trail, which is the most direct route back into Phandelver. You can cut through the Neverwinter Woods. Going that way might take you an extra 2 days of travel because it isn't direct. But you can't think of any milestones that you and your party had intended to hit along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing right now is getting to a safe place and maybe calling it a night. It's pretty late.
Why don't we just stay in the ruins of the town? Hold up in one of the empty buildings and we can maybe block it off.
Is the ruins of the town within 5 miles of Agatha's lair?
It would you could probably be on the outskirts of town and be outside of that lair. And it's almost kind of easy to tell the border about when you feel uneasy and when you don't. So yeah, you think you could do it safely.
Alright. I think as long as we find a safe place outside of her reach, I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. So going through the Conaberry, you kind of take your time. It's strange because you don't see a lot of wildlife. You hear birds in the trees, but other than that, it almost seems like
I was just about to ask that.
It almost seems like the creatures in these woods tend to steer clear around here. You don't sense a lot of other life. You pick through the ruins of this old village, and a lot of the houses, you can tell they used to stand just because you can see foundation, but not a lot else is left. You remember that this town was once ransacked by orc barbarians that just laid waste to this part of the countryside. But after maybe 45 minutes to an hour, you find half an old stone store that's still standing. And it does still have some semblance of a door left on it that you feel like you could more or less safely hole up behind for the night if you wanted.
As we made our way here, you already said there wasn't anything like deer or anything to hunt. I would have had my javelin out. Was keeping my eye out for food. Would there have been anything along the way?
Make a survival
Ish.
check.
8.
Looking for oh,
8. Along
Yep.
the way, you do spot what you think is a nocturnal creature, maybe like a fox or a raccoon. And then as you ready your javelin and get closer to it, you realize it's just like a really interesting looking stump.
So you guys see me kind of like crouch and get up to something and then just kind of get discouraged and walk back to the group.
Tally, you're not really the right build to go hunting, I think. You're kind of big and wearing that clanky metal armor. It's...
I mean, she's not wrong, boss. You do make a lot of noise when you move. Like, you can't even sneeze without making your butt jiggle a little bit.
I mean... Oh, it's... I'm just saying the truth. I mean, when I was still part of my tribe in Schultz, creatures like you were very easy to find.
He has a look of like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, no. Slow head turn for me, too, like...
I didn't like eat people. I just...
I mean, I wouldn't judge you if you did. I mean, maybe a little bit, but like... Never mind.
I threw all of my food at the owl bear. I'm hungry now.
I have food. You can have some of my food. I can make food. I think I'm doing okay.
I'm gonna have to ask you for everything. But sure, if you're offering.
And you'll hear my stomach growl as I approach to take whatever food you're offering.
Tincture's just gonna reach in her bag and pull out some rations and be like, Tally, you know you can ask me for anything, right? Like, we're friends.
Out of character, what kind of rations are these?
I think they're just basic rations, like jerky, basically.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. It's nothing like special. She might have some other food in her bag. I think she's sort of been the one cooking food a lot of the time, but...
I mean, if you're hungry, boss, you could have just said something. I reach in my bag and I pull out some rations. Look here, it's my last one, but you can have it.
Oh. You have to eat as well.
I'll be fine.
I mean, I have extra rations. I mean, I understand you threw all your food at the bugbear, but like, you know me, I should make sure I always come prepared. Wherever I go.
I still feel like a warrior who forgot to pack his lunch.
Speaking of which, Tincture is just going to reach down to her amulet and ask if it's safe to stay outside of a 5-mile radius of a banshee.
That's what she says. Is it safe to stay outside of a 5-mile radius of a banshee?
Yeah, if we ran into a banshee and it railed at us and knocked one of my friends out, is it safe to be nearby?
Oh, hey kid, okay, first of all, don't use all your words, never go near a banshee for any reason, please. They can kill a man quickly. Safe as long as more than 5 miles. Is your water black?
Gonna look at my water. Gonna take out my flask and just like pour a little bit onto the ground and see what it looks like.
Looks fine.
Okay.
Looks totally clear and beautiful.
All right. Gonna just look at everyone else. You should maybe check your water, just in case.
What?
I have this amulet, and I'm able to speak to my other traveling companions that help raise me.
But what is the water?
I have no idea. I'll ask in the morning. They just said, "Is it black?" So, is it black?
I'll pull out my water skin since I nearly died, and I'll pour it.
I'll check as well.
All 3 look totally crystal clear. Or whatever condition they were in when you filled your canteens.
Great. Probably fine.
Black. When she says water black, I look down at my feet. Are my feet covered in ichor?
No.
All right.
Okay. Anything you all would like to do before you bed down for a long rest?
Look around this shop that we are holding up in before we go to bed. Make sure there's nothing hiding about here.
You can do perception or investigation if you like.
I'd also like to do that.
No, that out of body experience kind of messed me up. I got a nat 1 for a 5.
Yeah.
Get a
It
10,
is structurally
so
sound. Tincture with a 10, you see what once was like a wooden store counter is now just like rotted out wood, splintered to nothing in the corner of this small little structure. You see some cobwebs, but nothing crawling in them at the moment. Other than that, it seems quiet in here.
Just in case, I'm just gonna cast detect magic just to look around, both inside the shop and outside the shop.
What's the radius on that? I always forget.
The radius on that is, I don't think it's a lot, but
For detect
Let me
magic,
see.
30 feet.
yeah, it's not a lot.
I'm not laughing at you, Miss Ted. I just said, welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can I take your order? Okay. Yeah, millennials, what's up? 30 feet.
Yeah, we laugh.
No, you don't notice anything in this area with that tincture.
Okay. Right. I think we should figure out who's best to take watch. I mean, I'm okay if you want to rest,
You
Geoje.
guys, no, it's fine. You guys get some rest. I'm not ready for sleep yet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you start a fire?
I don't need
Please tell
one.
me yes. I would
wouldn't
start one
start a-
unless someone told me not to.
I mean, we're in a building, so we could.
Yeah, there's not much of a roof left on this building, so you don't sense any kind of risk that way.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have to worry about like smoke inhalation, so we could. And the walls
Unless
would
someone
kind of.
told me not to.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't stop them. I would, if we're going to be resting, I would actually try to find a relatively safe space to rest inside the building.
Okay.
I know it's kind of falling apart, but Tincture's small. You know, she can fit into small places.
Yeah.
Little half a cabinet, you just tuck away.
You guys would be so proud of me. It's a really small, manageable campfire. You know, no bonfire, mishaps or anything like that. Just a nice little small campfire.
For now. So there is something comforting, especially after the kind of day that you have had, about having your back to a wall, having your back to something solid and knowing nothing can get through to you without you knowing about it. There's something comforting about being together, even though you all haven't known each other. Well, some of you have known each other longer than others. Some of you have only known each other for weeks or less at this point. Something very comforting about being together as a group on the same team, falling asleep to the sound of crickets outside in the trees, crows here and there, fluttering of bats, and also now the light crackling of a fire. And for one of you especially, the very comforting smell of campfire smoke, like home. So it's not hard for you to start drifting off to sleep as Geoje keeps watch. What is Geoje doing during his watch?
Aside from keeping an eye and making sure that everything's good in the area that we're sleeping or resting, I find somewhere high or somewhere nearby that I could potentially get up on top of, like a half rundown building that I could maybe get on the roof?
Yeah, most of these old structures, there isn't much of a roof, but you do find that this little village once had a church, and at least the very front steeple portion of the church, half of it is crumbled, but half of it still stands. So you, with a bit of climbing, could get up there and get yourself at least maybe 12 feet in the air, a good vantage point of the rest of this area.
How far away from us, my compatriots is it?
Not that there are blocks, because there weren't paved roads, but you could still see where they are from where you want to go.
No, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave them unattended, just in case.
Okay.
If there's like a tree or something outside, something I want to climb, just be close to this guy.
Okay, yeah, there actually is a tree like right behind this structure. And if you get up high enough, you can see it's a full moon that's starting to break through just the dreariest gray-looking clouds you can imagine.
All right, then yeah, I just find a nice big branch, top as high as I can up the tree, look up at the moon, think about everything that I just experienced, and try to make heads or tails of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sing a little ditty for my sister, and then yeah, that's about it.
Okay. It's so uncomfortable because it's so easy for you to remember those moments and how your body felt whole and unharmed. Your heart felt full, and that connection that you hadn't felt in so long felt so strong. And Lothane has experienced it more than a few times in the past few days. The pain of being ripped back into this plane, back into your mortal body where your injuries persist, and even after a healing potion or a cure wound spell or two, the bruises remain, the tenderness of some of your pulled muscles and battle wounds remain. But it's also comforting just to have your instrument in your hand and remember where it came from. Who would you like to wake up at the end of your watch?
I'm gonna wake up the real boss of this outfit. I want to wake up Tink.
Okay.
Wake up, boss. You're up.
You'd find her. She's sort of made a little makeshift, like lean-to with the fallen out cabinet, the front counter. She's just sort of like put up like a blanket over the top of it, and she's like taken as many soft things just to kind of like be encompassed, and just pillows and whatever she could find, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sort of rubs her eyes.
If I see you rubbed up in pillow, I would take my mage hand and just ever so slightly pull the pillow out from under you, so you like doof. just an annoying like big brother wake up call. Like, I had it in my system, so sorry.
Do you need me to take watch?
Oh yeah, sorry. Your turn.
Oh, okay. All right. Just gonna grab Glitterhorn and just be like, okay, let's just go and take a watch, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of tired, but gonna sit.
Okay, we'll get some rest.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna fit in there. You're gonna have to find another place to sleep.
Oh, it looks like a good spot up there. Let's do that.
Little spoon brutalitar. You know it's warm. Tincture, what is Tincture thinking about as she's listening to the fire and keeping an eye out?
Well, she's sort of clutching her chest a little bit, just sort of breathing a little bit more heavily. She's this entire journey, she hasn't really faced her own mortality. I mean, she was she's had a lot of really wild, crazy surges of magic affect her, but unlike her friends, she hasn't been seriously wounded and she hasn't been on the cusp of death's door. Like, so actually, just thinking back to the whale and how it made her feel, just completely stealing life from her almost, just kind of makes her a little on edge. She's watching the darkness, and of course she can see into the darkness, but she can only see so far, and she knows that they're not that far away from where Agatha is. I mean, they're outside of the boundary, but what if?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 21.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I got a 19.
You wonder if you can actually hear the boundary from where you're sitting inside this structure, because you suddenly hear the very soft howl of a wind rushing past. But the weird thing about this wind is it's going back and forth. Usually a wind breezes past and continues on, but this one seems to be going to the east, to west, to east, to west. You can sense it in the way you can sense things on the back of your neck or the hairs on your arms standing up. But it is
just gonna,
it is comforting that you don't feel it coming closer.
yeah, I think you're just gonna take Glitterhorn and just sort of squeeze them a little tighter, like a stuffed animal. It's okay. She can't get us here. I hope.
Okay. Would you like to wake up someone else for your watch?
Yeah. I'll go wake up Bertelatar. And just sort of like getting close and just sort of like lean down really, really closely and just Kelly?
Yes.
You'd see it wasn't a deep sleep he was in.
I've been watching for a while and Geoje went to sleep. Could you take over so I can get a little more rest?
Yes.
And he'll roll over, the jingling of his pillow sack, the gold coins on it, as he rolls it up, packs it up, and sits up. And you will see.
He has like a sleeping bag, right?
Yep.
Okay. She's just gonna be like, as you start putting on, she's like, actually, can you leave that there? I kind of wanna. Can I stay there now?
I'll leave it.
You left it warm, and I mean, it's getting cold out.
Keep it warm.
Knowing that she can only keep a small portion of it warm compared to how much of it was warm before.
You have like a
She
sleeping.
starfishes out.
Yeah, no, you have like a sleeping bag, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's just gonna disappear inside of it. Just. She's yeah.
Yeah. And like gold coins and stuff as you kind of like scurry in.
Like my kid in a blanket fort, just gone.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll just see Glitterhorn just sort of like twitching its paw and like its ear just flopping and just looking up at you and just like no words because of course it can't speak, but it looks like it's ready to watch with you.
And Glitterhorn would see me stick both my javelin in the ground and also the sword, the Tresendar sword, in the ground. And in front of me, they both kind of glow with the fire runes because they are bonded to me. And I'm deep in thought right now. I got a lot on my mind with the almost drowning before, trying not to die a meaningless death, and then hearing that I am not the last of my house. So yeah, I feel like I have someone out there that I need to find. I'm just kind of staring off into space a little bit.
The mechanical mirage just sort of picks up your magical book that you have and just sort of sits down and just holds it in a way and just kind of looks up at you in a way that almost like it wants to ask you how you feel. Like, how does that make you feel?
Would I recognize this?
I mean, I
say
don't.
that it's the flavor on top of me staring off into space.
I am
Sort of like a little excited at first. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna talk to me, and even though I can't talk back, or yeah, as it notices that you're sort of just staring up into space, like its ears slowly droop, and it's like, okay, just gonna sit here quietly and watch.
I like to imagine that its mannerisms are very similar, as if Tincture was also having the same conversation. Like just a silent mechanical version of Tincture, Tincture being like, how are you feeling? Like it almost moves the same way, but wordlessly. Okay. Anything else for Brutalitar's thoughts, or anything else for his watch?
Sitting there staring out. No, I think that's about it for him. And am I the last one for the watch? Okay, so then.
Yeah, that would be it. JF Messon just gave someone advantage. Thank you. Let us know in the chat who that's gonna get. Who's getting it? We'll say Lofane also takes a turn. It passes without anything of note, but him and Drip also take the rest of their watch. Oh, it's for Tincture because Wholesome Goblin is the goodest girl. It's true. You hear the morning birds in the woods around you. That's what wakes the rest of you up as Lofane kind of puts out the fire with a little bit of water. The morning sun is starting to break just over the horizon, and the color of the town is starting to change in that like light purple color as the sun is coming up. You know you're about 2 days out from Phandelver. Could probably do it in a day and a half if you really hooked it. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
Brutalitar, whatever happened to your horse? I know a lot happened with the hobgoblins and the changeling or whatever that was, but
Last I saw, you were riding him. Easy come, easy go.
Yes. All right. Well, shit. Let's
Is it a horse or a unicorn? Is it a unicorn?
It was a
unicorn.
It was a unicorn.
Or
Yeah.
did you also have a real horse in addition to the
no. It
We
was
had
a
the spectral
nightmare.
horse.
It was a. I thought it was a fiery unicorn or some shit like that.
I don't
Or
know.
a fiery
I think it was a
horse.
phantasmal unicorn.
Yeah, that's what it was. A phantasmal
Wait,
horse.
no. There was a phantasmal steed, and then there was the unicorn.
There was both.
Oh, that's right. There
and
was
I still have
both.
the phantasmal steed.
Oh,
And the unicorn's
yeah.
gone, but the phantasmal steed. Damn, like I said, easy come, easy go. I saw you.
How about you?
Right.
Can you humor me, and just call for him?
I will whistle my fingers really loud.
Yes, you wait several
It's
moments to see if your steed appears. As I look back up at the wild magic surge and see how it was like. I think it was 1d4 days you got to keep it,
Oh, okay.
but I don't remember. The unicorn was only 1 minute. Steed. Did I make that potted plant? This was so long ago. The ghost, the booming voice about like your
It was
carriage is
after the
extended.
ghost.
fog spell, my glasses, We've had so many wild magic surges. You gain the service of a phantom steed for 3 days.
That checks out.
Yeah, I think this would be the last. The last day was last night.
Geoje was riding, and then he fell to the ground.
Oh yeah.
That is not canon.
I'm funny.
I'd have wasted a feather fall on that one. I will fall gracefully no matter where I am.
With a flourish. All right, so you hit the road out of Conneberry, back along the Tribord Trail. Is the way you want to go, or you want to go the long way?
The safest way.
The safest way you know would be through the Neverwinter Wood, but you know that would add an additional 2 days to your travel time, which Gundren Rockseeker looks a little bit nervous about, but also willing to.
Oh yeah, we do got to keep Gundren as safe as possible. Let's just take Tribord Trail. No more mishaps with goblins or hobgoblins.
Well, I mean, I think most of the goblins that we didn't kill were on our side, at least. Maybe.
Well, also think of it this way: if we take the main road, we might come across a caravan or a cart that we could ride the rest of the way, so we don't maybe make up some time. Just a thought.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I need everybody to roll a d20 for me. Just a straight d20 and let me know what you get.
Let's see who dies.
I got a 4.
Neat.
15.
Excellent.
19.
Cool, don't worry about it. So, it feels as you walk like a hot late summer morning. The air gets kind of thick with humidity as you go. It is largely an uneventful morning other than the heat, which again is so weird for early spring because it feels like the wrong season around you. But you doff your cloaks. Other than that, it's a beautiful day to take an extremely long walk along the Tribord Trail. You don't really notice anything of interest. The flowers around you seem to be a little strange. You notice the summer flowers. Those of you with higher nature skills, Lofane would notice the summer flowers aren't in full blossom right now. The poor plant life around you seems a little bit confused. But other than that, Brutalitar, you would be able to find some wildlife along the trail, do a little bit of hunting. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but you have plenty of opportunities to just hurl off your javelin as you go and find a couple of small wild game to keep you sustained over the next couple of days. It's late afternoon. The sun's starting to set, and the choice is now yours. As the sun sets, do you want to find another place to camp, or just keep marching through?
I would ask Gundren, and I would second his vote.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd just like to get back to town if it's all the same with you kids, but you're the experts, eh? I don't.
Then I'll push on.
And we keep on pushing on. Keep on pushing on.
Okay, I mean, I could also do it with a long rest. I mean, I don't,
Well, we'll make up your mind, Gundren. You're the patron here.
Oh, I want to get back to town alive, that's all. I'm brave, but I'm not,
Look down at the crispiness of his beard.
Yeah.
Let's take a rest.
Okay, I could go for some rations. I could go for some of that squirrel you found earlier, son, if you're willing to share, eh? Okay.
I mean, if you want, I can try to go hunt something.
I like the fresh stuff. I'm not too good for it,
Oh, okay. I mean, I can go do that.
Make a survival check, Ting.
I'm pulling that one.
Going off with that eye shot.
Tincture, as you boldly march off towards the woods, you roll your ankle in a groundhog hole, and the sound of you like squeaking as you hit the ground is enough to send all the wildlife in town just scattering in every direction. I wasn't that hungry, eh? It's all right. It's fine. You know, old Gundren, he's good for the winter. He's hardy. It's all right.
She's not hurt, but she just sort of weakly like sticks her thumb up through the tall grass, like I'm okay.
That's adorable.
Really embarrassed.
It's just the entirety of in a gopher hole. It's so sweet. If you'd like to, any of you can roll a survival check to see how good of a campsite you set up for the night, or how safe of a place and off the trail you can find for the night.
Would this be a different survival check?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try again just to see what happens. Oh, there we go, a 23.
Okay. Tincture, you're able to find the perfect spot tucked away off the trail. You are virtually invisible to anyone who might be passing by behind this like thicket of briar that you found. You find a nice safe place. You can set up a fire. You feel pretty comfortable. You can safely set up a fire for the night, set up a good camp. We don't have to go through an entire night's of like watch or anything. I just need all of you to roll one more d20 for me. And let me know what you get.
I got a 10.
Excellent.
Whoa.
15.
12.
10, 12, and 15.
Perfect. Great. Don't worry about it. Gundren is the first to fall asleep. This is a much nicer night's sleep for all of you. You've had a chance to like rest your bodies, stay out of battle for the first 24 hours set in many 24 hours. A lot of your injuries from the previous few fights are healing. And nicely, the stars have come out. Today felt like a summer day all day. And even now, it's a little hot to cover yourself up with your bedroll as you fall asleep at night. But the upside of that is there's clear summer stars to look at as you're going to sleep. Is there anything any of you would like to do before like the next day kicks off or the next long rest kicks off?
You guys would just see Brutalitar in his spare time really staring at his sword. Like, purposeful kind of staring. But that's pretty much it for me.
Okay.
Tincture would have... If we're stopping a little earlier and we're setting up a camp and everything, Tincture would take out her alchemy supplies and start making a few potions.
What is she trying to make?
I would like to make 2 potions of healing.
Awesome. And you can just do that with your thing, right? Just artificer magic.
Mm-hmm. I can.
That's so cool.
Typically potions of healing are 50 each, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so artificer half gold cost, so it'd be 50 gold to me, 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'll just subtract that from my money. Okay.
And you have all your magic items from the traveling tabaxi that you encountered a couple days ago. Tincture, as you're brewing, it occurs to you, like, once you find the flower that Eliza asked for, you could set out on your own and just open your own shop. Like, you could live a perfectly comfortable life with your ability to make healing potions. You could just sell them for the rest of your life if adventuring doesn't suit you. Does adventuring suit you?
That's a very good question.
It is a very good question that you've asked yourself. Anything else for the day?
Tincture might take a look just at some of the other things that she received. Might take a look at the fuzzy bubbler to see exactly what it is. I mean, at least expect the bottle it's in a little more. She's looking over the things that she received from the traveler.
And of course, I have all of those memorized, and you look at them and you really appreciate them. Did you want to know anything specific?
Not at the moment. She's more just looking over them to see their quality. The intention is when she's back in the mansion, she's going to try to use the alchemy lab to try to figure out how they're made. But that's not something she'd do on the road because she doesn't really have a ton of stuff to do that. It would make more sense to use the alchemy lab that's in the basement.
Okay.
That she has access to.
Just from an initial pass, looking at the goods you purchased from this tabaxi a couple days ago, it looks of decent quality, but maybe of dubious origin. Like some of these things, like the Cloak of Billowing, when Drip takes a rest by your campsite and Lofane is petting him and you get a chance to look at this thing majestically floating in the wind. If you look at it very, very closely, you wonder if that stain on it might have been blood at one time. Like, you're probably not the original owner of this garment, and some of the other things you've received too, like your necklace of fireball beads. It looks like it's on its second clasp because the metal doesn't match. Like maybe it was once torn off its original owner. But they seem legit. They look like whatever it is, they're doing what they're intended to do, but maybe some of them fell off the back of a truck somewhere. A wagon.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay.
Gonna keep that mental note.
Okay. Anything else before your day is over?
Not particularly. I think Tincture might, check in on Retaliatar and check in on Geoje and Lopane and to see how they are.
How are they?
If she checked in with me, I would still be kind of like staring at that sword, and I would look up, and I would say,
"Did you hear that, Banshee? I have gone this long, believing, pushing, driving myself, believing that I was the last son of the Glory Main House. But I am not alone."
Tincture would move a little closer, sit down next to you, and take her small little goblin hand, place it over yours, and just look up at him and say, "You've never been alone."
And technically, by contract, you're stuck with me.
This... You know what I mean. You, yourself. I know your story as well. We both know clan is who you choose.
I mean, I think about my family sometimes, and I wonder what they're doing, but I don't think I'd change it. Meeting Elijah and yourself, and she's gonna look over to Geoje when she says that, and you, Retaliatar, it's... I don't really know what my life would have been like if I had stayed in the jungle and continued pillaging random travelers. That wasn't really my life. I was never really that good at it, but I'm good at this.
What do you mean, Tincture? You've single-handedly taken down a bugbear. Or not a bugbear, I'm sorry, an owlbear. You've rallied a troop of goblins to fight for you. You do amazing things, whether you believe it or not.
just mean like the typical goblin shtick of give me your shinies. Like take like a dagger and just kind of point it menacingly towards you.
I mean, that's to be fair. That's not entirely goblin. People of all sizes and different backgrounds do the same thing. I've been mugged a couple times. It happens. It wasn't by goblins. Some of the nastiest people I've met were Humies. If I'm being honest.
I don't have any of those here, so yeah, we're fine.
And me finding the last of my house. It doesn't feel like a choice between my old life and my new.
As he kind of looks over the group.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't have to be a choice. We can help you.
I very much feel that there are questions that need answering.
Well,
However, this does not change the glory that awaits me. That glory was not there because I was the last son, only because I was a son of the Glory Main house.
yeah. That's a good point.
And Geoje, dream love.
Yes.
I must admit, you are someone I know very little about. I'm
That's 'cause
familiar with Tincture and Lothane. I met briefly before. However, we met your not sister.
She's supposed to be dead. But now I don't know anymore. It's just too much coincidence for me to not look into it anymore. When I fell, I had a vision, or maybe I was pushing close to the other side, or whatever. Maybe it was a near-death experience, whatever you want to call it, out-of-body experience. I don't know. But when I came to, I saw my sister. I haven't seen her in a good 60 or so years. No more. Wow. It's been a long time. Almost 100 years. But,
I whisper to Tink.
He's old.
no, she gave me a warning. She warned me about the magic, about wild magic. She said something. She said that it was seeping out. It was coming from the Feywild. At least that's what she made me believe. She had me believe.
The Feywild?
That's what she says. She said it from our mom's home. That's where it's coming from. And if we could fix it, she said I might be able to find her. Which I'm confused. How can I find her if she's dead? Or maybe she's not dead, or she's somewhere else. I don't know.
I've learned that just because someone is dead does not mean that they are necessarily lost to you.
You never really forget the ones in your life that are gone. Not until you're gone. But But even when you're gone, I mean, we'll probably still be here, so we won't forget you. I
Thank you.
guess what I'm trying to say is that
Dream love is timeless. I know,
Yeah.
Teak. You don't have to tell me. I know. Thank you. Flatter me. Anywho, but to answer your question,
Scoffs.
Pachalansar, I don't generally talk about myself. I usually just go out of my way to hear the stories and tales of other people, just because I want to hear what they have to say. Helps with my writing. I purposely keep a lot of my life in the dark. For all you know, Geoje Dreamlove might not even be my real name.
wait, is it not your real name?
You'll never know.
Yeah, I look concerned as you say that.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll something real quick. Make an insight check.
I'm not built for those.
They'll believe anything you say.
Good, because I got a 24.
Yeah.
I can't even roll that high.
My dice don't even go that high.
The point being, in my line of work, I go place to place. I talk to many people. I might get myself into some shenanigans I may not have. Yeah, let's just say I don't want people knowing where I come from. I don't want people knowing my family, or just in case something comes back to bite me. I'd hate for any of my ill deeds to come back around and affect my parents.
What about your successes?
Oh, I'm not worried about that. That's what Dream Love is all about. It's a tag name. It's a name. It's a moniker.
Brutalitar seems like he is not grasping what you're saying about like you don't want your deeds to come back to your family. He's like,
If the time comes where I should shed light on what my real name is, I will do so. But I'd rather Dream Love be an enigma.
Like you're starting your own house.
More or less.
That makes sense.
now he feels like it clicked. You feel like you saw. Oh, okay, I get it.
My own legacy, if you will. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, my mother and father, they're both wonderful people and are really well revered and are from where I come from. They've made their own name, and I don't want to be under their shadow or even attached to them. I want to make my own way. So.
I understand.
I think you're off to a pretty good start here.
Yes, now you can speak of ghostly women with such horrid singing voices that they make you fall ill.
She sang me a song and I nearly died. You know what? I think so. I can work with that.
You fell on the ground and I definitely cried.
Oh,
Victor.
hey.
Pull out my song notebook. All right there. Slayer, name taker, ass kicker, and songwriter. Shh. Get about it.
Look at me. I'm the bard now.
I mean, hey, I have one level left. I can take a level 1 bard.
If I keep Bard, I'm just being a flame spitter.
Oh, shit. All right, heroes. Anything else before you all take your long rest for the evening?
I think she would probably just go back to what she was doing if we were all done talking.
Okay. I'm not gonna throw a monster while you guys sleep at you tonight. Let's just assume that like this part of the woods seems quiet. you all take turns with your watch and waking each other up and going through all those steps. But do me a favor, everybody roll me a perception check.
Sure. $19.
Okay.
11.
12.
Well,
You can tell who's proficient in perception checks.
I'm
'cause
actually
they
not
say it.
proficient in perception.
Okay, because
No, I just have really good perception rolls.
I was gonna say because it sounds like the kids that are excited to show their report card, like I got an A, and it's like everybody else is like, yeah, I got a C plus.
No, the only thing I've had to roll tonight that I'm proficient in, I rolled that one. So
Womp womp.
I love this
you do
game.
have advantage.
That's true. Do you want to use it? Actually, I think chat also said that Geoje had one from earlier. They gave it to you for your death saving throws.
Oh, shit.
So just bank it for now. Since the universe was kind to you for once.
Nice to sit on.
Tincture, with that perception roll, you are the first to wake in the morning as Lofane is finishing up his turn on the watch. The night seems to have passed quietly, but you do notice that Gundren is already awake, and he seems to be very lost in his thoughts. And when you look closer, you realize he's studying his map very, very intently. And the rest of you slowly come to as well. And as he sees the rest of you stirring, he hurriedly stashes the map and kind of wipes his hands and looks ready to start the day.
am I able to see anything about the map when he's studying it?
With that perception check, you would notice it looks like the same map. He's just very, he was concentrating on it very, very hard, harder than you've seen prior. And once he notices that the rest of you are awake, he tucks it away safely.
Right.
Okay. It is back to being early spring again. Summer has ended, and as you wake to, most of you are freezing, and you have to re-layer. And for the nth time on this journey, you're bundling back up again, getting your cloak back out of your packs again, packing up camp, putting out the fire. You start your journey. It's another clear early spring day, the sound of birds. As you make your way along the Tribor Trail, Brutalitar, you're the first to notice it. Hours pass along your journey, and then you hear something beneath your feet as you walk. You hear kind of a crunching, hissing sound. The others don't notice it. It's not alarming, you just notice it, and you look down on the ground and you realize your footprints. As your foot leaves the soil and picks up again for just a split-second moment, you can see that your footprint is burning coal, bright orange. And as your foot picks all the way up, it turns black, cools, and then a moment later, it's normal soil again. And you test it as you go. You pause for a moment and you can see this foot. You pick it up, burning coals, turns black, cools back to dirt. And you realize you heard this sound, this hissing, this crunching moments earlier. You've been walking this way for a while before you even realized.
Does it seem like it's coming from me? I see burning, and I'm like, oh Lord, is it me again?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like.
Make an investigation check.
Not bad at those. Unless you roll bad, 10.
10. From what you can tell, no. The bottoms of your feet aren't hot. Nothing about you feels strange. You don't feel particularly hot. And also the ground, you touch it with your hand, it doesn't feel hot. It just seems to be affecting your footprints.
I'm gonna call out to the group.
We have more magical bullshit happening right now.
Name of the episode.
Hearing the mention of the wild magic that we've been experiencing, things here to just lower ever so slightly, thinking back to what happened in the castle, where both Lofane and Geoje asked her if she was responsible, and she has no idea, but, just a little flicker in her mind, just that conversation.
Well,
She doesn't say anything, though.
I will keep walking. If it doesn't seem like anything we need to be concerned about, I'm gonna keep walking because Gundren wants to get back. So I'm not gonna slow down the pace.
it continues on for another 10 or 15 minutes or so. Now that you've noticed and you've been walking this whole time, you can tell when it ends, and you kind of test it too. As soon as you take your first normal footprint and it's just soil and stays soil, like you take a step back, you take a few more steps back to see if it reappears. Is it the ground underneath you? But the effect just seems to have stopped. You're probably another...
Yep.
Yeah, you're probably about...
Magical bullshit.
Probably about 6 hours out from the town of Phandelver now. The afternoon progresses. A few more hours pass. You stop for lunch. You pick up. You hit the road again. Still a cool spring day. But Geoje, you notice it next. You've all kind of been keyed in from Brutalitar, like, watch your feet. And you notice it happened to you a couple hours later as your foot hits the ground and you watch your boot lift back up again. You see light, like daylight, appearing from your footprint. And as your foot leaves just inches away, you see the light dim out and then return just to normal soil.
I cast Detect Thoughts.
That spell, with its radius, you sense the living presence of all of the party companions you know about. They're all within 10 feet of you. You don't sense any other living creatures in the immediate vicinity.
All right. I just want to look around. Does anything look weird, off, different? Like, I know you can't really tell if there's a break. Most of the time, it just looks like anything regular. But I want to try to see if I can sense or feel anything in the area.
Make a perception check.
$19.
19. You feel confident that you and your party are alone right now. You keep walking?
Did you guys? Yeah. I'd ask these guys. Did you guys experience this wild magic stuff before we met?
Before I met you, I think so.
I'm just trying to rule out.
Before I met Tink, no.
Can I
I knew
see?
Tink long before this magic garbage started.
Can I see if I can recall any information on that?
And when the wild magic started?
No, if I've ever experienced wild magic before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You haven't. Up until you started this particular journey and got pretty close to the town of Phandelver, you'd heard of wild magic sorcerers. You'd never met one, but just from the party you traveled with, you've heard that that was a type of adventure that Eliza had encountered once, and it was bonkers because this person transformed themselves into a goat, and it was still hilarious to Eliza and her companions to this day. But you've never heard of it occurring in the wild, in the environment. This is a completely new space for you.
Okay.
When I cast my magic, did anything seem off or different about the spell activating?
It did not. You only cast Detect Thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
That functioned as normal. You carry on?
I have a question, actually.
Sure.
Flying speed.
Oh God.
If you have flying speed, I can fly more than the speed allows, correct? I can fly as far as I want as long as I keep in mind how long it lasts.
Yeah, the limit of your flying speed isn't the limit of how far you can fly. It's just how fast you go when you're flying.
That's my question.
Yeah, it's just like walking speed.
I'm gonna do something probably dumb, but
I'm here for it.
first and foremost, I am going to take, since it's the days have passed, I am going to use the needle that I have. For the sake of brevity, let's just say that I switch it to a different spell, and for that, Featherfall, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a Featherfall tattoo. I'm going to drink a potion of flight.
Dope.
I'm going to fly up into the air, and I'm going to see if I can see anything unusual.
Okay. That potion lasts for an hour, right?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
It lasts for 10 minutes. Okay. How far up do you fly?
Fuck this. I can't risk this. As she's flying up, I'm gonna cast Misty Step and grab onto her ankle because I want to see too.
Oh.
She can't carry you.
How much does Geoje weigh?
I'm gonna Mary Poppins this bitch.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Geoje.
So
at least 200.
Tincture weighs like 40 pounds, man. She is really freaking small.
Go ahead and make a strength check for me, Tincture.
Because it's flight. It's not like you're using any like real strength or anything. It's magic based. So I'm just fuck it.
That's a
We're gonna find out.
18.
If
I rolled
JF
an
Messin is in the chat, I would actually welcome some backseat DMing on this because I did not anticipate
I don't know.
this particular bullshit tonight. I would say Tincture can fly, but with the same strength that she can like manipulate her body in the air, same as manipulating her body on the ground. So if she couldn't pull you on the ground, I feel like she couldn't also pull you in the air.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
strength score.
Yeah.
And I like squirt. Like,
15.
let go! What are you doing?
Ah, fine. Let go. Pout. Cast Featherfall.
Tincture continues up into the air like a very nervous rocket. So Tink, how far up would you like to fly now that Geoje has released your ankle?
As much height as I can get within 60 seconds. So
All right, I need the physics
I'd
nerds
say
to like lay off me.
400. I'll say 400 feet.
That's 10 rounds of dashing, 60 seconds.
Okay, all right, 400 feet in the air. I can do math. Obviously, I know how far your vantage point is from this. I'm the DM. Fuck it. Reality bends to my will. From that high up, you can see activity further on down the Tribord Trail. Make a perception check for me. Let's see how good you can make this.
If he ever needed a nat 20.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Oh shit.
15.
Okay. 400 feet up.
He's in the sky
know.
like Bat Tank right now.
How high is 400 feet? Is that a house? A skyscraper? I don't know. Listen, here's what
This
you
is
see.
the highest Tinker's ever been, and she is. You probably can't see it from the ground, but she is like shaking in her little boots.
Just have a giant hawk come at her right now.
I should. God, I wish I thought of that. What would you guys even do? Nothing. You could do nothing.
I just spit water out my nose. If you want to do that, by all means, Ash.
Oh my God, no, because now it's gonna look like I stole Jar's idea, because I would be. Okay.
Next time I'll private message you.
Can I battle a hawk in the air?
You can certainly try. Okay.
But go ahead, your idea.
All right, with a perception check of 15, Tincture, and this high up in the air, I'm just gonna say it's so high. You see activity further up the Tribort Trail. You still have plenty of daylight in this time of the afternoon. You can't tell exactly what you're seeing, but you think miles and miles and miles down the road, maybe you might see a small amount of smoke. But people camp off this trail just like you do sometimes, so it could be absolutely nothing. Can't quite see Phandelver from here, but you feel like you can see like the haze over the horizon of where Phandelver would be as the trail curves a little bit. And with a perception check that good too, you would also see farther north, I guess for you northwest into the woods, you would see a large swarm of sturges, like going up and then diving like little missiles in and out of the woods, but that's probably at least 2 miles out from you and into the woods where you're on the trail.
I can't see like anything weird though, right? I guess.
It's all, if you think that looks weird, nothing strikes you from your perception as like, ooh, wild magic, you know? But also, what does wild magic look like exactly? Sometimes it looks like your friends turning into potted plants. So
That's fair.
That part.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't see anything else, I mean, I'll come back down.
okay. Do you guys need a break? I feel like we probably have another 20 or 30 minutes. You want to power through, or you want to break?
I'm
Up to
fine
you
powering
guys.
through if
I'm
we're
good.
gonna do another like half hour or so.
Okay. I knew our friends in the chat would come. A floor is 8 to 10 feet, so is 30 stories high. Thank you, Red. It was a skyscraper. Ashley knows things. I didn't drop out of math school to go to performing arts school. I did. Okay. Tincture, do you come back down?
Yeah, I think if I don't see anything, after looking around for say 2 minutes or so, like Tink is aware of how long the potion's supposed to last. But it is a potion, and this is actually the first time she's been able to make this specific potion in this campaign, so she's not going to risk it. She's going to come back down and just report what she saw, that she
What
didn't
kind
really
of
see anything.
scientist are you? Push those boundaries, damn it. No, I'm just playing.
So
What'd
cool.
you say?
I said, what kind of scientist are you? Push those boundaries. How will you learn?
For science!
Tink is going to just, upon hearing you ask what kind of scientist she is going to point over at Drib and mage hand the cloak off of him and just have it come to her and just tie it around, just put her hands on her. She's an amazing scientist.
Was baller as hell.
Well, she's still flying in the air, so she looks like
Oh, I love it.
She's straight up Doctor Strange. I love everything about this campaign. JF Messon did the math. I knew he would, and I love him for it. Tink's lift is 30 times her strength score, which is 240 pounds, so she could have carried Geoje. It would have been a lot,
He's
but...
been carrying the team for the first 3 levels.
Oh my god, somebody hit the clip button on that.
oh, that was great.
I think she's earned Beast of Burden.
Yeah, new feat. Beast of Burden.
I mean, hey, if you want to give us another free feed, I'm fine with that.
I don't.
Take pack mule.
All right. So you carry back along the trail, and also now with Tincture's vantage point, you feel confident that nothing's probably going to sneak up at you. You didn't see like any raiders or like traveling bandits coming down the trail. So you make good progress as the day goes on. Was somebody about to say something? Get that girl a pack brace.
Question.
Yes.
Can I kind of remember where I saw the smoke? Are we going in that direction?
You are going in that direction. And
Okay.
it looked like it was kind of coming from near the trail itself. So if it's still there when you get there, you should be able to spot it without too much trouble.
Okay. As we get a little closer to where I think I saw it. I'm gonna reach into my bag and hand Brutalatar a potion.
I will take it.
I make 2 every day, just because I can use a spell slot to make a potion. She's just going to just smile at you, and you always say that you want extra protection, so here you go. And have a... what the heck is the exact name of it? Where are you, dang it? It's not important, but it gives you a +1 to AC.
Extra protection. Don't leave home without it.
How long does this potion last?
That is a really good question. I've never made it before, so use your
Tell him an hour.
imagination.
I whisper in the Tink. Tell him an hour.
Does it last than that? Sure, an hour. That sounds right. Probably.
So
Something.
close before combat. Got it.
And I'll tuck it away in a bag.
Man's gonna be
It actually
bulletproof.
only lasts for 10 minutes, so I think her telling him an hour actually works great because he gets to feel as though he's going to be. It's all about how you feel,
Placebo effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll make it extra surprising when he's pummeled to death.
But I felt so strong.
Not even at that point, I'll be like, wow, imagine if I didn't have that potion. It really douche, 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 douche.
So, afternoon progresses with that incident. Early evening, just dusk is beginning to fall. The sky around you is turning that light pink color. Not a lot of clouds in the sky. You make your way along the Tribor Trail, and at this point you're within probably 3 hours of Phandelver, and the thought of sleeping indoors tonight in maybe the comfort of a tavern, in a bed perhaps, just keeps you, emboldened to carry on without a lot of hesitation. As you get within 2 hours of Phandelver, you do see smoke coming from around the bend. It's obscured by the tree line at the moment because the road around you also bends. But you can see clearly there is not like a pillar of smoke like from a campfire, but just a lot of smoke coming from somewhere.
Like uncontrolled fire amount of smoke?
Yeah. It's not a campfire. It's much more than that.
I'm gonna pick up the pace and head that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You don't always have to play the hero,
How else will they know your name?
Stop making sense.
I mean, if someone has to be a hero, it might as well be us. We're doing pretty good so far, I think. No one's died. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that, but it'll be
For
fine.
the love, please, superstition's sake, go knock on a wood, like a piece of wood or something, stick, anything. Oh, we don't have time for this.
Gonna look around for a piece of wood.
Just kidding, Tink. Let's go.
What? She's gonna just knock on her crossbow.
As you make your way around the bend, it's still another half hour of walking towards this smoke, and after a little while longer, you can smell it as it grows closer. Another 15 minutes pass. You're now hiking at a very sped up pace, but you come to a part of the Tribor Trail where the smoke is beginning to blow into your face. You can smell it. It's thick, and it smells like coal fire, which I think Brutalatar above anyone would know, not wood fire. And maybe you had a thought in your head, will I smell wood, straw, a town burning? It smells like coal. You make your way a little farther along the trail and you realize the ground is beginning to break around you. This is normally just a flat dirt road. After a rain, it's soft mud and soil and puddles. But it has broken in places, falling away to the earth like it is caved in. The part of the trail that you came this way originally has sunken into the earth, and as you grow closer, you realize you're looking into a pit 20 feet deep. In places, it reaches out to the woods. But looking across, you can see, you come even closer. As you get to the ledge, you realize you're looking not over a waterfall into this pit, but a wall of water. Imagine a hole that has sides inside it, but instead of it being dirt soil, it is water. And then over there, it is earth. Over there, it is earth. Over there, you see something glowing. And then the other part of the pit, probably 200 feet away from you, also still 20 feet down, very, very deep, it is a wall of flames. And in the pit, you spot 2 people. What do you do?
I ready a javelin, just not holding it in throwing position, but I kind of take one out just to have it ready. And do they see us there?
As you approach, you can see these are 2 little halflings. And they don't seem to notice you. They seem to be kind of trying to find a safe place between the fire and the water that surges and then retracts a little bit from this pit.
Gonna call out to him. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna do the same thing. Voice.
I think we both kind of call out to him.
Yeah.
He's gonna like wave.
You see both of these figures turn around, whirl around, and you recognize these 2 halflings, one of them being the daughter of the innkeeper and the other wearing this jewel-encrusted eye patch, pigtails, a wooden sword, grabs her friend by the hand and runs to you. It's my crew! I knew it! I knew you were still alive! I knew it! And she runs towards you, like towards this wall of water, and then stops when she realizes the earth underneath her is a little uneasy. I knew you were still alive! Yes! We need help, please!
Is it like a geyser wall of water? Is it like water shooting upward?
It's not. It's just 20 feet of water that is rushing into itself.
Can I throw them a rope? Like, are they within rope distance?
Can we?
They are in the
Route.
middle of this pit right now. And you're not sure if they could reach a rope from where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were dead. I'm so happy to see you, First Mate.
No, we are not that easy to get rid of.
Me neither.
Is that the Admiral with her?
That is her friend. So this is Captain Glittersword and her friend Pippa, who's the kid from the
person I
tavern.
outranked.
Yeah, the kid from the tavern.
I outranked her. I get
absolutely.
You girls are much too far from home.
We came to rescue you guys.
I
Oh,
think
man.
Who told you we needed rescuing? You know what? We'll talk about it later. We gotta get these.
Drew, he said you guys were dead.
Yeah. Let's just get the captain for now.
How heavy could they be?
Can you fly still, Tincture?
No, that only lasted a few minutes. No,
Tink, remember before how we... Oh, I'm sorry. Remember before how we lifted that beam together with our mage hands? You think we could take time to lift the girls up one by one?
I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, Mage Hand doesn't. We can try. How far away are they?
From you, it looks like they're probably about 75 feet away. Because it looks like they're trying to stay dead center in this pit, because you know, from your vantage point, you can see there's at least one wall of water and one wall of fire, and you're not completely sure about this far wall around the bend.
Is there anything around them? Like, are they just on like a center area?
Yeah, it's an uneven surface there, so it looks like they're standing on jagged rock, kind of, but it looks solid at least underneath them.
Okay. I have a really dumb idea.
That's better than no idea.
You seem.
How?
Oh, I
Sorry,
was
how-
just gonna say I'm tying a rope to a javelin.
Yeah, it's actually similar to what I was gonna do. How close can we get?
You investigate, so you can get right up on this wall of water, and you could get in there if you'd be okay falling 20 feet down, for sure. Around the perimeter of this pit, and it is very, very wide. There's parts where you can't get to this edge that's just soil, just because of like the trees, and the dirt itself seems very slippery, like you're not sure you could find the footing. You make your way around the other perimeter, and you see it looks like it's almost spikes, like golden, kind of like metallic almost, that are jutting up in different places.
If I were to jump into the pit, how far is it down?
Question:
It's different in different places, but at least 20 feet.
Is
Go.
there a clearing where I could tie a rope around here and lower her down safely? Have her make it to the girls.
Okay,
tie a
sure.
rope around her.
Make
pull them up.
an investigation check.
I'm trying to see if the logistics of that work. Like lower her down like a rappel rescue ranger. 7.
I was going to take a rope, hand you one half of it, and then just run towards the pit, holding up my arm and casting Featherfall as I jump in, and just trying to do like a superhero landing with the cloak on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love it.
Well, yeah, if you want to use the spell slot, that's so much cooler.
I mean, technically it doesn't use a spell slot because it's a free spell with the tattoo.
Even better.
As you all,
You had me at 3-point landing.
yeah. So as you're making your logistics, Brutalitar, what was your investigation check?
7.
7.
A whole 7.
Oh, okay, not 7 point something. Okay. You don't see anywhere that you could safely anchor. What you do notice just by quickly scanning the area is the wall of fire behind them seems to be coming closer. It looks like it's inched forward by at least 5 feet while you've been kind of like trying to mentally do the math.
Call that out. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to tell the adults.
Brutalitar. You're big and beefy. Run and jump in there. I'll make sure nothing happens. Just trust me.
Without a second thought.
Yell up. I was gonna yell up from the hole I've just jumped in. I actually figured strong anchor.
So Brutalitar, you jump in the hole?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's better for the show.
So you touch it?
Yeah, I run and jump. He says it without a second thought.
Make an athletics check.
And then as he's in the air, I pull off one of the feathers from my earring and I just throw it in the air and cast Featherfall on him.
Dope.
16.
Okay. So from where you could have jumped, you could have jumped from where like the soil is kind of crumbling around. You could have tried to jump over this wall of water, or just around this other corner where you see like these metallic spikes kind of slipping around the ground. So where were you trying to jump from?
Someplace where it's at least solid ground. I don't want to land and like it give way. So
Okay.
Was there an area specific? If not, I'll go towards the. I guess.
Did you land near where I landed?
You jumped in too? What has happened?
Yeah, I said I jumped in.
Then
I was the first one to jump in.
I thought it was theoretical. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
So.
All right, so
Holding the rope, apparently.
a rope.
That's why I told them to hold on to the rope.
Tincture, how did you jump in? Remind me.
I handed Brutalitar one end of my rope, and then I proceeded to do a running start with it, basically, because obviously they're in danger, and Tincture is averse to stuff like this, but she's not gonna let children die. Like she's gonna man up,
Okay.
she's gonna put her big girl pants on, and so I jumped in. I cast Featherfall on myself using the infusion I have, and I landed with the billowing cloak to look amazing.
So dope. I'm gonna need an athletics check from you as well, please.
Do I?
Geoje, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say for the show, can we say Brutalitar didn't hand me the rope and he ran and jumped with the rope in his hand?
So
I have a
because
higher
of Featherfall, I think I won't take any damage, but I rolled a 0.
Were you jumping over the water or metallic spikes or fallen soil?
I was just jumping onto the closest place I could see that I could land. But we'll say over the water, sure.
Okay. So Tincture, being the first to jump, these kids see you basically Superman pose off into the hole with your billowing cloak making you look so goddamn majestic. You leap into this pit and you can see your captain's face beaming with joy as you realize, of course, her crew. She had zero doubt that you would be here to rescue her in your time of need. And with your fist boldly outstretched, you find first the cloak and the rest of your body being sucked backwards into this wall of water, and now you find you are completely consumed. Just your entire body has been pulled backwards into the water. I'm gonna need you to make another athletics check. Brutalitar.
No capes.
That's why there's a roll.
17.
17. Brutalitar, you have chosen to go over the metallic side, but you landed with a 16 with Featherfall. So
I was gonna say I wanted to land by Tink holding the other end of the rope. Like
Yeah.
you. Forgetting to pass it to him. But she got sucked in.
you still can. I don't see why that should stop you.
Okay.
Let's do a couple things too. So you managed to, despite not having a cape, make an absolutely majestic 3-point landing like a superhero. Rope in one hand, fist on the ground in the other, taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you land heroically in the bottom of this pit. And you do manage to avoid any like metallic sticky uppy bits. There is a lot you see now, like a little field of metal bits jarring up from the ground, but you feel a tug on the rope as Tincture, you are now swimming for your life, trying to make heads or tails of which way was out. It is dark in this water. What was your athletics roll?
I got a 17.
17. It takes you a moment, but with the help of this rope in your hand that's still connected to Brutalitar, you can follow that out, and it feels very strange to hit the surface of the water as your arm breaches, and then that's not up like it normally is if you've ever been swimming before. You swim out, and you do manage to just come tumbling out of the water, completely soaked head to toe. And it's like this waterfall. You look behind you now and you realize it's like a waterfall that's almost rushing upwards into itself.
So I'm imagining the billowing cloak like over her face, like it folded over her, and it's just billowing that way. All you see is just like her ears sticking out of like the sides. Just covering.
That's my next
feel
bit
like it's
of
more
fantasy
like a
character art.
wet fish now out of water.
Oh my goodness.
Question though.
Yes.
Would Brutalitar have taken damage? Featherfall.
Yeah, Featherfall should have negated that damage.
Oh, damn, that's right. No, he didn't take damage. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was asking.
that's
I was
right.
about to second win that, so thank you guys.
Thank you for reminding me. There's a lot of different balls in play here, so great.
You just see Tincture like push the cloak up.
Yeah.
Just, her hair is completely dripping, and like usually it's all neatly tied up and like just buns, and it's just none of that's tied up anymore. Just all down over her face. She spits out a little bit of water.
I'm gonna see that I'm still holding the other end of the rope, and I'm gonna be embarrassed because I'm smarter than that. So I'm gonna tie it to the end of my javelin, and I'm gonna throw it back up towards Geoje. And I'm trying to do this before Tink gets the hair and everything out of her face, before she sees how stupid I was.
This is all
Just kind
part
of
of the
like
plan.
wipes her hair out of her face and just. I wanted you to hold the rope while you down here.
Team communication. Brutality.
Pride.
I was just worried.
17 deception check.
Oh, Tink would never believe you're lying to her, so you don't even have to worry about that.
Yep, I was worried. I jumped in because I was worried, and that's my final answer.
I know you'd never
But she believed it, though.
Yeah.
You realize now this pit does seem, from this perspective, a lot smaller than it did up on the ground. But Geoje, from being up above, you can tell that wall of fire has moved another 10 feet towards them. As now that they've dove in, the kids both run to you, Brutalitar. Pippa, the little girl from the tavern, kind of like holds one hand on the side of your cloak here, just to kind of like attach herself to you. And Tincture Captain Glittersword runs over to you and helping you, at least trying, probably making it a little bit worse, like trying to get the cloak out of your face.
That was incredible. I really like your cape.
Thanks. She's gonna just take the tape off and put it on her.
Stop dilly-dallying. It's getting closer.
I'm gonna tie the end of the rope around Peppa.
Okay. The captain's cloak just whoosh, like flies back like a superhero, and you can just see like she's barely containing her exuberance at being in this life-threatening adventure with you guys right now. Like all her dreams are coming true all at once.
Yeah, part of the reason why I gave her the cloak was because it's now soaking wet with water, so hopefully if the fire gets too close and she's not out, she might be okay a little bit.
Yeah, she has no idea that's why.
Yeah.
Geoje, you can now see the wall of fire. You can see it inching forward, just billow by billow. It's probably still at 20 feet away from them, but it's picking up speed.
Did the javelin make its way to my area then? Like, can I?
Yes, sure. I'm not going to make you roll for that because he only did it to be funny, and I really appreciate that. Please take inspiration, by the way. Way to take one for the team to make me laugh.
I'm gonna just take the javelin and just jab it deep into the ground, so that way it's like nice and grounded.
Okay.
And then if the sword is coming up, I'm pulling it closer outward, and then when it returns, I don't know shit about javelins. I'm gonna throw it back at Brutalitar. So
no. So go ahead with what you were saying. Dude.
Where do you stake the javelin to help them climb?
Oh, near the edge.
Which edge?
Like whatever edge I'm standing on.
That would be the water edge. So they can't like climb their way up onto rock with their feet because it is a wall of water rushing.
As he's doing that, I'm trying to control flames and like push the wall back. Like that's just what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to slow it down.
What's the size of flames you can control every round?
It's like a 5-foot cube. It's not huge, but that's just what I'm trying to do for flavor.
You can tell as this wall of fire is inching its way towards you, there's at least one pocket of it that seems to be resisting advancing towards you, even though the rest of it creeps closer. And Pip is hanging onto your side very tight.
See, what I'm doing with the javelin is like have it in the ground and I'm pulling the rope so they don't have to do the climbing. I'm doing all the work. Is what I was
and the rope. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is Pippa climbing the rope then?
Yeah, I was just about to say I put the rope around Peppa first, and I would have approached the flames. So I would have been close to flames. I don't want her anywhere near me, and she would have been the first one because the captain's loving this, so she can wait 2 minutes longer.
Yes.
So Peppa, the first civilian, is going up the rope.
Right. So Geoje, the closest to you would have been the wall of water, and doing the math on it, you would realize you'd be pulling this kid up through rushing water. You could do it without
fire,
metal, or loose soil.
Did it look like Tink took any damage? Like she got hurt from the water?
Can you see Tincture from where you are?
I have a pretty good view of most things at any given point. Yeah, I can see out if it's dark. I wouldn't be dark because of the fire, but yeah, I should be able to see them.
Okay. She didn't take damage. She was just wet.
I'd risk it with the wall of water.
Okay.
If I could, I'd try to pull it, even if it meant putting my own arm in the water. I don't know how fucking long it is.
Yeah.
But I'd try to keep her away from it, so maybe the force of the water could just glide her up. You know what I mean? Like kind of push her. I don't know math.
I think you do have banked advantage, just as a reminder, but I'm gonna need an athletics check to pull this kid up.
Yeah, I know.
He said, I don't know, man.
I don't know math. Do I want to use it? 14.
14. She is small. She is a halfling kid. It's not too hard to get the rope to move, but the second that her feet leave the ground, the bottom half of her body is sucked in the water, and it instantly becomes so difficult to pull. And you can see now she's struggling a lot to both like hang on to where Brutalitar's like anchored her around the waist, but she's starting to go in and out into the water. You get her about 6 feet off the ground before you realize like she's just being sprayed in the face.
Shit.
You can keep trying. You can keep trying to pull her the rest of the way up, but it's going to be a couple more checks to see if it'll work.
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough one.
Trying.
All right, make another athletics check for me.
Look, I'm gonna use my advantage on that one.
Oh my goodness.
The person we need.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up? Hey, I totally just spaced the whole thing tonight.
Hey.
Are you guys in game? Are you in game right now?
We're live on stream right now. Hey.
Oh, hey everybody, what's up?
Should we take
Feeling that I'm doing absolutely horrible, I'm gonna let her go.
Okay.
No, don't drop her back out on the ground.
Okay. I was just on my laptop gaming, and now I'm here. Hi guys.
Hey. You want to join us?
Let's take a quick break, get our guy like caught up to speed, and then we'll be right back. We'll just take like a quick couple minutes, but don't go anywhere, you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back. Okay, hey, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. We have everything straight. Everything is under control. So, when last we left our heroes, they've been journeying back to Phandelver along the Tribor Trail. And from a distance, they noticed smoke billowing up. And as they approached, they noticed that parts of this trail have broken away. The earth has sunken in, heaved in onto itself, leaving this pit. And inside the pit, some kind of wild elemental magic seems to be raging. There's a wall of fire on the opposite end that seems to be growing closer and closer. It is difficult to get to this end of the pit because it's surrounded both by trees and by loose soil that seems to be dropping away. Very difficult to find your footing. On the end opposite from that, jagged metal spikes, shards, plates seem to just be like erupting from the earth. And some new ones seem to also be forming as you go. Closest to where you guys approach this pit, Geoje standing by it right now with a javelin staked into the ground. Lofane, Drip, Gundren Rockseeker not far from him. You're looking a wall of raging water, like a waterfall, but rather than water pouring downwards the normal way, it's shooting back upwards into itself with like huge amounts of force. Torrential. Inside this pit are two small halfling kids, Captain Glittersword and her former first mate before Brutalitar ousted her. The small one, Pippa, looking very frightened. She currently has a rope tied around her waist, and Geoje just tried to pull her up, but the kid found that she was partially sucked in to the waterfall and couldn't breathe and couldn't help Geoje pull her up any farther. It didn't look impossible, but it looked extremely difficult for Geoje to do it alone. Captain Glittersword, currently wearing the Cloak of Billowing, having the time of her life in this death-defying adventure with you all. What would you guys like to do?
A little help, Lofane. Come on. I know Gudgeon's priority, but you gotta help these kids.
All right.
Such a dick.
I'm here for it. I would like to find the closest target and stare down at them, and then as I do, change into a bear. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I am attacking somebody, correct?
I hope not.
No.
Okay. We're trying to save Glittersword.
Yeah. There's two kids you're trying to rescue from a pit that's trying to kill them, but there's no bad guys other than the world.
But no, we can work with that. You turn into a bear. I give you this stick. Put it in your mouth. Oh, this is nasty. Pull! And I'm going to start pulling.
All right, I'll pull.
With his help.
Okay. Lofane, roll athletics or strength for the bear.
With advantage because we're doing it together?
Sure, yes.
Yay. Thanks. Thank you, God.
Geoje helps the bear.
Geoje helps bear. Okay.
It's the bare necessity, the simple bare necessity. I'm giving you inspiration while we're doing this, so.
Oh, so +6.
Take a D6 because I'm singing the song for you.
You got it. That is a +1.
All right, so what's your total?
Everything helps.
That's gonna be 16 total.
16 total.
These kids are dying, y'all.
It's very easy for Lofane as a bear to take this javelin in his iron jaws and start walking backwards, pulling it back. But unfortunately, he's strong enough to do it. He's strong enough to pull the kid, but the rope itself is not strong enough to withstand that kind of force. The rushing water versus the bear pulling it backwards. Pippa hangs on the best she can. Tincture, you and Brutalitar within the pit see her doing her best to shield her face from the water, but the rope gives way, and she is sucked in to the water.
I run and jump in after her.
Okay.
How close is the firewall at this point?
From you, probably still about 20 feet away.
But it's coming closer.
Slowly.
How big is it?
Across this pit, it's probably 15 feet across. Very wide. So, Brutalitar, you jump headfirst into this surging wall of water.
Yep, trying to get to this little girl.
All right, make another athletics check for me.
Lofane, she went in. Can you jump in the water and swim?
I absolutely can. I was just wondering, should I fight the fire or should I jump in the water? I'm gonna jump in the water though.
That one.
I have same movement as I do on walking, which is good.
So do you come back from being a bear?
Yeah, I dive in as a bear, but then as I touch the water, I turn back into a Ganassi.
That's so dope. God, you're an anime character. Here's what you see from the edge of this cliff, Lofane. You're aware that the rope is snapped, and you can tell that this little girl has been sucked into this rushing water. You see your Dragonborn companion dive in bravely headfirst. He disappears. But Brutalitar, you are immediately overcome with how fast this water is rushing. Maybe you thought it was going to be more like still water under here, but everything is just torrential, and you're quickly swept ass over tea kettle. You can't tell which way is which. Oh my God, Red Platinum, what have you just done? Thank you. This is gonna get so much worse in a minute.
No.
Brutalitar, you cannot find the girl as you reach out, and you also can't tell which way is up. Lofane, you dive in now. It is difficult to maneuver, but for you, not much more than it would be standing in a hurricane. You can see more or less clearly in the water, although it is very, very dark. And you can see probably about 10 feet in from this entrance of the wall of water, you see Brutalitar trying to find his bearings, and you see a little girl who's trying her best to swim up, but she's probably about 15 feet away. Who are you going for?
I've got to go after Glitter Sword.
Okay. This one is Pippa, the less brave of the pirate crew. Make an athletics check with advantage.
Got it.
Yeah. Magic and random
20.
potions all around. 20?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. It is so good for you to just be home. It's like you dove into this and took a breath of fresh air, and you reach out and first just easily able to grab onto the rope that just snapped that's tied around her waist, and you pull her towards you, and you're even able to smile a little bit, although you're not sure if she can see you through this water all around, but you just know you're conveying a reassuring presence. You pull the rope towards you. You get the girl under your arm. You have her safely.
Is Brutalitar within reach?
He is another 10 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull the rope and try and get us out.
Okay.
Hopefully being able to indicate to Brutalitar what is happening, that I got him.
Okay. You are able to swim your way back out, and you do take a little bit of a tumble as you exit like the backwards waterfall, like maintaining this wall of water, but you're able to get her like back into air, because you know that, halfling kids need to breathe things besides water. She emerges choking, looking a little frightened, but she's fine.
Question, Ash.
Sure.
If I wanted to cast something at the wall of fire, but it requires a target, can I do that?
Sure.
It requires a creature, technically, but I mean,
if it's dope, go for it.
Tincture's just gonna step in front of Glitter Sword and sort of just clap her hands together and just do the whole Full Metal Alchemist thing where she touches the ground and you just see a wall of lightning shoot out towards the wall of fire.
Lightning.
I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Cool.
Yeah, just
go ahead and roll force damage on that one. Brutalitar, another athletics check, please.
I'll even cast it at second level, just because I can.
15.
I rolled almost max damage, 22 damage.
22. Just
Two 8s and a 6.
Just from the force emanating out from your spell, Tincture, the wall of fire does seem to retreat, or at least blow backwards, and extinguish itself slightly by about 5 feet. So you bought yourself a little bit of time. Brutalitar, with your 15, you're able to find your bearings, and you can tell which way is out. But it's probably going to take you a good bit of energy to get back out of this water. But you at least know which way to go, and Lofane, now you can see him now 10 feet from within the wall of water.
All right, I'm seeing that the fire has been taken care of by our girl Tink. I'm step back in and try and help out Brutalitar with the rope.
Okay.
Did the rope break?
The rope on the kid did break, but that would be enough, Lofane, just because you can navigate this so well, and because Brutalitar rolled so well, you were able to find his hand, and you both work together, and you can like tumble back out of this waterfall back onto semi-solid rocky ground within a couple moments.
Okay.
you see as I get out, there's just like this white steam, just me burning hot and the water evaporating off of me.
From one side of this pit, you kind of hear a shink, and you realize like a jagged metal plate has emerged again from the ground. This one looking a little closer than the other one has. The amount of space you guys have to work with is slowly shrinking on you. What would you like to do?
Left in the pit?
Captain out.
They're all still in the pit.
Oof.
So what's going on in this pit? Is there some element in the pit, or is it just a hole?
It's the walls of the pit that are threatening you right now. There's a wall of water, a wall of like jagged metal, a wall of fire, and then earth that you might be able to scale, maybe not, because it looks very crumbly.
But we have everybody.
You have everybody. They're just all in the pit with you, except for Geoje and Gundren Rockseeker.
We need to get Captain Glittersword out, and then us three escape.
Got it.
And you also have Pippa. You got Pippa out of the water, but she's now back in the hole with you.
Oh, damn it! And Talatar looks over, and I'm gonna say he thought she was out, so he looks over and sees her, and he's like, "Damn it!"
yelling down. I'm like, I don't know how well you are in the water, but can you like turn into an animal that can swim better in the water, or maybe climb the rock
on the wall? Yeah,
faces?
I got it. I'm gonna transform into a giant wolf spider.
Ew. Oh no. Okay.
I was just trying to make sure I could potentially carry people. Because I am. How big am I? Medium
Big enough to
beast.
carry 2 kids.
Medium beast. I can get the kids out at least. Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. You transform into a giant wolf spider.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 things happen at the exact same time. As you transform, you see Pippa shrink back behind you again. Brutalitar, where's Captain Glittersword, your cloak of billowing, fluttering in the wind behind her. Yes, that's awesome! And she runs to you while Pippa shrinks further away.
We can't convince Pippa to get on.
Take her and worry about Pippa later.
Like, you're probably gonna have a problem taking 2 at a time anyway.
Make my spider sounds and have Pippa on my back and go up the wall.
Yeah. Captain Glittersword, the brave one, leaps onto your back with enthusiasm, and she kind of like whacks your side with her wooden sword, like riding a horse that she wants to go faster.
Yeah, let's do this.
You are able to scale the metal jagged wall very easily with the spider climb ability. It would have been tough to do with a rope, but as a giant spider, no problem. It takes you a few moments, but you're able to get this kid out of the pit and to Geoje.
All right. Well, I'll dump the kid off.
Yeah.
And good thing I got these gummies. I'm gonna drop the kid off and then just like change back into a Ganassi and dive back into the water.
So you get back into the pit by like just kind of slick surfing on the waterfall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. No roll. Yeah, you managed to like just dive through it and then like butterfly stroke out onto the ground.
All right, how are you gonna get the rest of us out of here? Let's see, I've got 5 more transforms with these gummies, guys.
I'm going to look to Pippa, who's still next to us, correct?
Yeah, she is now hiding. she was hiding behind your cloak, Brutalitar, but she's attached to you.
I'm going to give her a pep talk.
Listen, we are part of the Glitter Sword crew, and we do not show fear in the face of anything. This is your mount to safety. Let us regroup.
And I'm gonna kind of gesture her towards Lofane that's, I think, back in wolf spider form to take her back up.
I can be. Is she ready? Don't worry, you can trust me. I tell her.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Who, Lofane?
Brutalitar, since you gave her the pep talk, make a persuasion with advantage.
Oh, I got that 20.
I want to use low Thanes though.
Okay, I'll allow it. She reappears from behind Brutalitar's cloak, looking at you, Lophane, and you see like reluctant trust in her eyes. And then as she walks closer to you and extends her hand, she kind of looks up, sees if Captain Glittershore was within earshot, and Lophane, she whispers to you,
I never wanted to even be a pirate.
I understand, little one. And I'll pop one of the gummies, and then my spider eyes pop out again, and it turns back into a wolf spider.
She just closes her eyes and just hopes for the best.
Don't you have,
I'll get right back up that wall.
don't you have shapeshifts you can use?
He's got it. Yeah. It's easy enough to go the same way you came with Captain Glittersword, except the wall of fire is growing closer now, shrinking this pit to about 15 feet across. But you're able to avoid that. The smoke is wafting into your, I want to say 8 to 100 eyes. I'm not good with animal biology, but all of them taking all the smoke in the eyes. But you can get this kid out of the pit to Geoje and Captain Glittersword safely, leaving Brutalitar and Tincture.
I can definitely get Tink out as a wolf spider.
Okay.
So I'm gonna zip down.
Gonna try to cast Thunder Wave at the firewall again. Just
Okay. Roll your damage. Let's see how it goes.
9 damage this time. I
9.
only did it at first level.
You do notice that it wafts past you a bit. It's not gonna grow this round, but it's still coming. Lophane, the giant wolf spider, are you back in the pit to take Tincture?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think isn't gonna stop. Well, I'm gonna be a little hesitant to leave Brutalitar behind, but she'll...
Right. I don't think. Can I fit Brutalitar on me? He's still big.
You're both medium, so the question becomes, what is the spider's strength?
That is a good question. Ooh, just +1. It's 12.
Okay. That is something that you could roll for. Tincture in the little half lanes, you wouldn't have to, but with Brutalitar, you would.
At the very least, if I'm climbing up with a rope and he's helping me, can I use that? Can he just help me up like a guide dog?
Yeah.
But a spider,
Yeah.
perfectly.
Do you have a rope?
It's got spider web.
I was gonna say.
Dead, so...
Yeah, I don't see any way of. I don't see any specific thing that lets me do a spider web, but I can climb on webs really well. I can't necessarily make one.
You're a spider. You can make.
I am a spider. I mean, I think there is some creative liberty there.
I'm gonna call back out the Geoje.
Where's my rope from before?
Yeah, it broke. It's only half. I can't even get it to you. I mean, I can throw the javelin if you want.
I'm gonna bonus action summon my javelin in a fiery manner. You see it disappear where it's at, and I have it back in my hand.
That's so cool.
I don't need the javelin. I need my rope.
Well, it was attached to the javelin, at least half of it.
That was actually my rope.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have time for this bickering, so I'm grabbing Drip as well. And Drip
Wait,
and
Drip's in the pit?
Wait, Drip,
It's a mosh pit now.
The fire is now crept another 5 feet forward. You have about 10 feet of space left, and this pit is getting hot.
Okay, I'm zipping up with
Tink.
my friend Tink and Drip.
Okay.
If that was Tink's rope from before, I'm going to tie my rope to my javelin that I summoned back, and I'm going to throw it the direction of the loose, crumbly wall.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to climb out there. And I'll call to Lophane if he wants to assist me in spider form. If not, I have to move.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't tell. I can't speak, so I'm just doing this. I'm taking these two, but I anticipate coming back for you.
And then, so if he helps, then I'm climbing with a spider, helping me as much as it can.
Okay, are you climbing with the spider or the rope you threw with your javelin?
I'm putting a lot of my weight on the rope, but if the spider can help me in any way, I'm going to take the help as I'm climbing up.
All right, you can either make an athletics check for that javelin throw or an attack roll. Your pick. And Lothane, I know we're not like in initiative order, but it's going to take you at least 2 rounds to get Tincture to safety out of this pit, and then for you to help Brutalitar. And Drip, yep. Yeah. Drip has plot armor,
21.
unless you make him fight an owlbear, so that's okay. 21, perfect. Okay. Brutalitar, with that throw, you don't stake it in the loose soil or the falling rock on the crumbling side of this pit. You manage to hurl it, pinpoint it into a sturdy-looking tree. And you are able to begin climbing, and even though a lot of the ground is shifting under your weight, the rope is solid. It is hard to see at this point, and it's also maybe not so much for Brutalitar, but for everyone else, it's becoming hard to breathe through the smoke.
Is anyone else in the pit?
You've gotten everyone else out. You were the last one.
How tall is the pit?
20 feet high.
20 feet.
And
Okay.
Brutalitar, because he went for the part that was like loose soil, he's now very hard to get through. He's going to have to make his way through a lot of thicket and trees. It would be very difficult terrain to get over there and help him, but you can.
I have something else up my sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Brutalitar, make an athletics check for me.
$17.
17. You are so focused at this point. As far as you're concerned, the crisis has been averted because you got the kids out of danger. You're good. You just focus on one foot over another, one boot in front of the next. It slips on the rocks, the crumbling soil. You would have never been able to scale this without this rope. As you get to the top, the wall of fire connects with the wall of water, and you watch the bottom part of your rope completely disintegrated. You feel its lightness behind you. Your feet don't find even footing, but you do manage to stabilize yourself as you reach the top, reach your javelin, and can at least stabilize yourself on this tree trunk as this wall of fire and water meet. And all of a sudden you are surrounded by steam, and you all can barely hear each other over the hissing and the cloud of gas around you in the sky.
It's like a steam room I didn't ask for. I don't like it.
Well, everyone's safe. I change back into Ganassi and enjoy the sauna that has been provided me.
So good for the pores. Just so refreshing.
Check on Glitter Sword and Pippa.
How did this happen?
What were you thinking coming after us?
Your pet goblin, he said you were in trouble. He said you needed help. You're my crew. We came to rescue you. We thought some of you were dead. We don't leave anybody behind.
It's very honorable of you, Captain Glittersword.
Well, you would have done the same for us, crew, obviously. So none of you are dead?
I mean, I don't think we're dead.
Okay. We kind of needed you back is the thing. Because there's been a lot of weird stuff happening in town since you left.
Like, what?
Most of the grown-ups are gone. They went to find water because there's this black stuff in ours and you can't drink it. And the grown-ups that are left are all acting weird because they're drinking something called ale and they're acting all weird. So I guess I'm in charge of the town now until you guys get back. And I saw myself in the woods and I went to catch me and I ran away and it was so weird.
I would stay away from that.
From me? I thought it'd be great. What a great addition to my crew. There's 2 of me, but she just laughed and she ran away. Maybe I'm acting weird like the grown-ups are too.
I actually think it might have been some kind of magic that you saw. I think you should definitely stay away from that.
I don't know how to stay away from the magic at this point. I think As a crew, we just need to focus on what we're doing next.
Maybe you're secretly a wizard and you don't know it.
I mean, if you want to see two of you, we can make that happen.
I mean, I know how mirrors work.
Oh, no, I mean, like, I'm just gonna cast Disguise Self on myself, make myself look like Glitter Sword.
That's amazing. Was that you in the woods earlier? Is that what happened? Were you messing with me?
No, I wasn't messing with you.
So it was seeing yourself in the woods that prompted you to come this direction?
No, it's because your pet goblin was like, half of them are dead. Just so you know. And I was like, we can't leave half my crew dead in the woods. We went to rescue the rest of you. I'm really glad that none of you are dead.
For the record, goblins can't be pets.
I'm not a pet.
Mascot?
She just said,
I'm not a mascot.
No, not you. Obviously, you're the leader. I meant the ones you guys adopted earlier, the one that keeps slopping porridge everywhere. I think his name's Drew.
oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Okay. So you're coming back to Phandelver?
Yes.
Where we were headed, yeah.
Okay, good.
Get you home.
And
Your parents are probably worried sick.
Yes.
I bet you'll really enjoy all the things we did.
I can't wait to hear all about them.
Just gonna lean into her. I killed an owlbear.
Yeah, you did! Yeah! I knew it!
Do you want to see its beak? I have it.
Yes, you know I do!
I think that is an excellent place to leave it till next week. What do you say? What do you say, heroes?
Sure, I think that's good.
Oh my goodness.
Did it.
This is
Latest
really
session
fun.
so far. I'm here for it.
Goodness! Oh my
We went
goodness.
so late.
Yeah.
That was more than half an hour. I'm sorry, but I had
don't
fun. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for playing. This was a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Stone. It's always great to see you, man.
Yeah,
So
for bonding session.
please join us next week where everybody except Tincture will be joining us again, I hope. And if one of you guys wants to play Tincture, or if she's napping, or however you want to handle that, let me know. Join us on Discord if you haven't. I don't know, it's way past my bedtime, so I'm running out of steam. But it's like we always say here on Mates of Fate. I don't know, what do we always say here on Mates of Fate?
All hail Captain Glittersword.
All hail Captain Glittersword.
Question, actually.
Okay.
You mentioned Red did something. What did Red do?
Yeah, what did
Red did something that we're gonna have to save for the next session because shit was already so far off the rails. But Red made an extremely generous donation, took the top spot. Don't think we didn't catch that. He bought a wild magic surge and magic potions all around.
Oh, yay.
So we will kick off with that next week, and we'll find out what we rolled on. But it didn't look
Thank you, Red.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Red Platinum. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a good week.
Thanks, everyone.
That was bonkers.